Its first race, one is Melissa Monroe, owned, trained, and driven by Tom Hall. The two is Frenchie Fuller's George's Gypsy Rose, Kayne Kauffman in the bike. From post 3, it's Southern Pocket, owned by Carl May, Jamie Dunlap. 4, Lady Be Dart, owned by Noah Stover, Brad Handers drives. Number 5 is Gayoko, owned by Stevens and Nocera, ELLIOTT. 6, Why Not Molly, owned by George Kincaid, Tony Succarotte. 7, Gene Hall's JV's Principessa and Dallas Miller. 8, Scootin' Cloud, owned by Dennis Ritz, Jim Daly. 9, Just Another Sam, owned by Price and Bolander, Jeff Fout. And the 10 is Give Up Some Bluegrass, owned by Ron Barker with Justin Hall, post time in 6 minutes. And they're off and pacing. Gayoko from 5 wide is hustled off the gate. Lady Be Dart shoots through from in between horses. George's Gypsy Rose is there at the rail from 4 wide. Just Another Sam is driving up into 4th position, caught between horses. JV's Principessa, followed next at the rail by Southern Pocket. Then it's a length and a half to Melissa Monroe, followed by Give Up Some Bluegrass. Why Not Molly is second last to the trailer. Scootin' Cloud as they race to head stretch the first time. And it's Lady Be Dart and Brad Hanners on the lead, 27-2. For the opening quarter, passing the stands for the first time. And it's Lady Be Dart. She's calling the shots early on, leading Gayoko by a length and a half. Then it's a 2-length separation to George's Gypsy Rose in 3rd. 2 more JV's Principessas racing in 4th. Southern Pocket is 5th, followed by Just Another Sam, who is caught on the outside, first over in 6th, about 5 off the pace. Then we come down to Melissa Monroe, Why Not Molly, Scootin' Cloud, and Give Up Some Bluegrass. Around the turn, half-mile pole bound, Lady Be Dart on the engine. 57-4. Backs it up to 30-2 on the second split as they round the turn into the backstretch. And it's Lady Be Dart unchallenged on the lead. Lady Be Dart from Gayoko in 2nd. Still gapped out 3rd is George's Gypsy Rose. 2 lengths farther back to JV's Principessa. 6 off the pace. Yet to get underway from 4th. A length and a half farther back to Just Another Sam. Yet to see the rail in 5th. And that one now flushes out JV's Principessa. Next in line, it's Southern Pocket, followed between horses by Why Not Molly. Give Up Some Bluegrass, trying to come on from 3 wide, still with a long way to come. And then it's Melissa Monroe and Scootin' Cloud, 127-1 for 3/4, bound for the head of the stretch. And Lady Be Dart, Hanners lets her out a notch. She opens up by 4 now. Gayoko is back to 2nd, followed by JV's Principessa, who's trying to close in 3rd. 5 lengths farther back to George's Gypsy Rose, coming inside the final 16th. This is all Lady Be Dart. Lady Be Dart on top by 5 lengths. JV's Principessa, Gayoko laboring in 3rd, but the opener goes to Lady Be Dart by 6 lengths over JV's Principessa and Gayoko, 156-2. And the favorite gets the job done. And here, season opener goes to the 4, Lady Be Dart. She's an 11-year-old black mare by Billy Dart out of Courageous Tip by Captain Courageous, owned by Noah Stover of Sunbury, Ohio, trained by Jeff Stover. The winning driver is Brad Hanners. First win this season for Lady Be Dart, 156-2. Here's a look at the field. Number 1 is 3D's Pocket, debuting for Michael Fagan and Edward Fagan. Ron Steck trains and drives. Number 2 is True Treasure, owned by Bob and Pauline Sidley, with Jamie Dunlap. From post 3, it's Look Beth, owned by Kovac and Parker, Ricky Heitman. 4 is Tom Lane's Express Lane 2. Greg Grismore's in the bike. Number 5 is Don't Know Jack. She's owned by Jack Shearer with Brad Henners. The 6 is Cam and Sam's Trick, owned by Trish Bischler with Darren Mauser. And the 7 is Val Bohm's Frugie's Falcon. Jack Franklin drives, post time in 7 minutes. Distaff Pacers are in the backstretch, getting set for the start of tonight's second. And they're off. Rick Heidman takes Look Beth right to the lead. True Treasure presses early from the inside second, driving through there. A gap of 3 lengths farther back to 3D's Pocket in third. Same margin back, and we come to Express Lane 2, followed by Don't Know Jack, Cam, and Sam's Trick. And it looks like Frugie's Falcon will settle in to the trailing spot, about 12 off the pace that is now being set by True Treasure. True Treasure drives on for Dunlap and leads it by 2 lengths. Being tracked by Look Beth in the Pocket second, followed next by 3D's Pocket in third. A length and a half more to Express Lane 2, Don't Know Jack, Cam and Sam's Trick, and Frugie's Falcon, 28-4 for the opening quarter. Pacing in front of the stands for the first time, and True Treasure is settled down in the lead. True Treasure leads by 2 under the wire with 5/8 to go. Look Beth drafting along in second. 3D's Pocket right there at the rail in third, followed next by Express Lane 2 in fourth. Frugie's Falcon starts to gear it up from the back of the pack. She is now racing third last to Don't Know Jack, who looks to move out and perhaps follow cover, and Cam and Sam's Trick is last. 1 minute and 1 for halftime, rounding the turn into the backstretch, and it's True Treasure on the lead. True Treasure by 2 lengths with Look Bethel on the inside second. Frugie's Falcon continues to make headway now into third. A length and a half more. 3D's Pocket is shuffled back to fourth. Now in striking range, Don't Know Jack is moving with cover on the outside from fifth, and then it's Cam and Sam's Trick and Express Lane 2. 5 lengths cover the field as they hit the 3/4. It's still True Treasure on top in 1:29, so she ups it to 28-4 on the third split with 3/16 of a mile left. They turn for home, and it's True Treasure in command by 2. Look Beth is giving chase in second. Frugie's Falcon could not go on. 3 wide is Don't Know Jack coming inside the final 8th mile, and Dunlap goes to work on True Treasure. Here comes Look Beth on the outside. 3D's Pocket is closing along the rail, but Look Beth takes over the lead. 3D's Pocket late pace Cam and Sam's Trick. Look Beth in front. Getting up for second was Cam and Sam's Trick with 3D's Pocket third, 1:58-1. Back in the winner's circle comes Look Beth. First win in 4 attempts this season. She's a 3-year-old daughter of Look Sharp out of Shayna K by Happy Escort. Owned by Kovac and Parker of Ohio. Winning trainer is Gregory Kovac, and the winning driver is Rick Heitman. Time for the mile, 1:58-1 for Look Beth. Here they are. Number 1 is Tarina's Best, owned by Dean Miller and William Rufinock. Mike Roth drives. The 2 is SUSIE'S Legacy, owned by Stephen Watkins, Terry Morgan. 3 is Justin's Countess, owned by the Reveille Jade Stable of Dix Hills, New York, Burke Lyons. Alongside the 4, I'm a Lusty Lover, owned by David C. Fal Jones. Number 5 is 3 Moonbeams, owned by Earl Bowman, Greg Grismore. Number 6, Heaven's Luck, is owned by Edwin Ledman with Jamie Dunlap. Number 7 is Designer SAHBRA, owned by the Rockin' Horse Stable, Del S. Miller drives. 8 is Scootin, Arizona, owned by Ann Kirk, Brad Henners. And the 9, Special Pass from the outside, is owned by Paver, and Paver, Jeff Fout. Scoring off the second tier is number 10, Phoenix Flyer, owned by Gilliland and Thompson, Terry Thompson Jr., 6 minutes. Third race pacers are approaching the start. And they're off. Off stride goes I'm a Lusty Lover. Also off stride goes the 2 SUSIE'S Legacy. And from the outside, Scootin, Arizona is driving up after the early lead. Also leaving well, 3 Moonbeams and Heaven's Luck alongside. Gap of 2 to the favorite, Tarina's Best, who's well placed in fourth, about 3 off the early pace. Then it's a gap of 5 more to Justin's Countess, followed next by Phoenix Flyer, who's moving around that one. Then it's 2 more to Designer SAHBRA, followed by I'm a Lusty Lover, Special Pass, and the distant trailer is SUSIE'S Legacy to a quarter in 28 and 1/5, passing the stands for the first time. And Scootin, Arizona on the inside is taking a little bit of early pressure from Heaven's Luck on the outside second. 3 Moonbeams under a hold in the pocket third. A length and a half back to Tarina's Best in fourth. Another 2 more to Justin's Countess, who's closing the gap in fifth as Phoenix Flyer comes to the outside in sixth. And then it's 2 more back to Designer SAHBRA. I'm a Lusty Lovers following cover. Special Pass and far back SUSIE'S Legacy. Over to halftime. The leader is Scootin, Arizona, 59-2, just 31-1 on the second split, off the turn, down the backstretch with just over 3/8 remaining. Scootin, Arizona leads 3/4 of a length from Heaven's Luck, who's trying to hang tough on the outside in second, followed by 3 Moonbeams, who's been getting the perfect trip in the garden spot third. The favorite Tarina's Best is now circling off cover and struggling to close on the outside in fourth. 2 lengths farther back, and we come down to Phoenix Flyer. Justin's Countess yet to fire. 3 wide, I'm a Lusty Lover, Designer SAHBRA, Special Pass in 1:28-2. Moving around ahead stretch, Scootin, Arizona by a length and a half, followed by 3 Moonbeams in the pocket second. Tarina's Best under heavy urging is still 2 lengths off the pace, followed next by Heaven's Luck and I'm a Lusty Lover turning into the stretch. Scootin, Arizona is under urging. Tarina's Best trying to close. Late pace, 3 Moonbeams the rail. It's Scootin, Arizona, 3 Moonbeams the inside. These two decided, and it's too tight to call, with Tarina's Best third and Designer SAHBRA fourth. $5.8 on the exacta, $4.50.40. The $1 super, it's a $1 ticket, $5.817, $5,695.50. And the winner's circle is 3 Moonbeams. She's a 3-year-old brown filly by Threefold. Out of Cita Star by Steady Star. Owned and trained by Earl Bowman of Medina. Greg GRISMORE is the winning driver. Time for the mile, 3 Moonbeams. First win at 1:58. Here's the 4th race, Trotters on Parade. Number 1 is Overcharmer, owned by Kisoon Lavelle. The driver, Brad Henners. Up ahead is the 2, CC Gone Fishin', owned by William Donovan with Del S. Miller. Number 3, Let Lisa Come Over, is owned by Dean Davis and Scott Davis. Jeff FOUT drives. 4 is Louis Dolgen's Carry the Wind and Tony Succarotte. 5, Mini Miracle, is owned by Bob Sidley with Jamie Dunlap. Post 6, it's Doug's Buy, owned by Marlon Smith with David Myers. And number 7 is Poppy Lane Farms, Graceful Action, Greg GRISMORE drives. Post time in 6 minutes. Featured trotters are in the backstretch, lining up and getting set for the start of the 4th. And they're off, away rather evenly. Off stride, Let Lisa Come Over. There goes Mini Miracle right out for the lead. And Jamie Dunlap drives Mini Miracle to the front. She quickly opens up 2.5 lengths. On Carry the Wind from In Between Horses second. 3 wide now under a hold is Graceful Action, followed at the rail by CC Gone Fishin', who's well placed early. Then we come down to Overcharmer, Doug's Buy, and the distant trailer is Let Lisa Come Over as they trot the head stretch for the first time. And Mini Miracle is showing the way. Sophomore champ Mini Miracle leads to the quarter in a brisk 28 2/5. Passing the stands for the first time, Mini Miracle on the inside looks to hand off now to the favorite CC Gone Fishin', and CC Gone Fishin' takes over command under the wire with 5/8 to go. Mini Miracle yields to race in second. 2 back, Carry the Wind a prominent third. 2.5 more to Overcharmer, followed by Graceful Action. Doug's Buy is second last, and far back is Let Lisa Come Over as they trot over to halftime. Single file, CC Gone Fishin' leads at 6-5. She's past the half in 58 seconds flat. Out of the turn and down the backstretch with about 3/8 left to go, and CC Gone Fishin' is in charge here, leading it by a length and a half. The early leader, Mini Miracle, now back to second, followed by Carry the Wind and Unhurried third, and Hanners peaks to the outside with Overcharmer in fourth. Another length and a half more to Graceful Action, followed next by Doug's Buy, and far back Let Lisa Come Over. As they approach 3/4, it's still CC Gone Fishin'. CC Gone Fishin' from Mini Miracle second. Off the rail is Carry the Wind in third, and Overcharmer looks to maybe make headway at the rail in fourth, and off stride goes the leader. CC Gone Fishin' is on a break. 1:28 for 3/4. Inheriting the lead is Mini Miracle. Mini Miracle takes command, opens up by 3. Overcharmer slips through to be second now. Another 2 farther back to Carry the Wind. Belated late trot from Graceful Action, but inside the 16th, Mini Miracle gets her first win of the season, winning it by 3.5. Overcharmer to go second, tight for third, looked like the 7, Graceful Action just getting up with the 4, Carry the Wind, 1:58. Now moving back into the winner's circle for the first time this season is Mini Miracle, a 4-year-old bay mare by striking SAHBRA out of action. Mini by Speed in Action. By Bob Sidley of Paynesville, the winning trainer is Marty Wollam, and the winning driver is Jamie Dunlap. Time for the mile 1:58 flat, and that is a lifetime best on Mini Miracle. There they are. Number 1 is In the Money Bunny, owned by Mike Medors and Tina Sutermeister. Jamie Dunlap drives. The 2 is M's Brass Ring, owned by Kelly Phillips with Greg Grismore. Number 3 is Rosie's Scooter, owned by Stevens, Nocera, and Murphy, ELLIOTT. From Post 4, it's I'm Your Huckleberry, owned by Conklin and Taylor, Tom Hall. 5 is Sage Sanders' Sand My Sage, Dallas Miller drives. Number 6 is Patty Lace, owned by Phil Baldoff and Kathy Hawk, Al Jones. 7 is Ashley's Penny, owned by Ron Breckler with Jeff FOUT. The 8 is Park Lane Cheer, owned by the Fighting Major stable, Brad Henners. And alongside the 9, Amazon SAHBRA by Beverly Bushelman with Kayne Kauffman, now 7 minutes. And the starting gate is now rolling, and the field is moving through the paddock turn. There they go. And they're away and pacing. I'm Your Huckleberry from center field drives out to take command. In the Money Bunny along the inside gets away in second. Sand My Sage from between horses, well placed early, driving on from third. Next we have Amazon SAHBRA, looks to take a tuck in fourth. A length and a quarter further back to M's Brass Ring, followed by Rosie's Scooter, and then it's 2 more to Patty Lace, followed by Ashley's Penny and Park Lane Cheer as the early trailer as they sort themselves out, passing the opening quarter very fast, 27-1, passing the stands for the first time, and Sand My Sage, intent on the lead, drives on and opens up by 2. Long shot, I'm Your Huckleberry, yields to race in second. 2 more in the Money Bunny, 3 off the pace in third. Followed next by Amazon SAHBRA, first over in fourth. That'll give covered M's Brass Ring on the outside fifth. Also looking to move up is Rosie's Scooter. Then we come down to the inside, and it's Patty Lace, Ashley's Penny, and Park Lane Cheer is last. 9 off the pace setter, and the pace setter is Sand My Sage, clocking a half in a brisk 56-2. Out of the turn and down the backstretch, it's Sand My Sage and Dallas Miller. They've got command by a length and a half. Amazon SAHBRA on the outside overtakes I'm Your Huckleberry for the place spot. Next in line we have In the Money Bunny, who's trapped in at the rail, only 2 off the pace in fourth position. Second over on the outside, M's Brass Ring follows cover in fifth. Patty Lace is hemmed in sixth. Sandwiched between horses is Rosie's Scooter. Ashley's Penny and Park Lane Cheer bunching up in 1:25-2. Midway through the far turn, Sand My Sage on top. Sand My Sage, I'm Your Huckleberry. Trying to hang tough, Amazon SAHBRA. M's Brass Ring 3 wide. In the Money Bunny needs the passing lane if she can get it as they turn inside the final 8th mile. And they're coming after Sand My Sage. Closing along the inside, I'm Your Huckleberry. Outside, that's Amazon SAHBRA, M's Brass Ring. I'm Your Huckleberry on the inside. Gets up to upset. Finishing second with Sand My Sage with M's Brass Ring third, 1:55-2. Six race pacers now on the track. Here they are. Number 1 is Juanita Jean Tupp by Jan McPherson with David Myers. The 2 is Miss Mandy's Girl, owned by Jones and Kirkpatrick, Ron Steck. 3 is Willie is a filly, owned by William Spangler with Dallas Miller. 4 is Tracy Chimes, owned by Frederick Fruy with Ryan Holton. 5, Hopalong Cassie, owned by Joseph Wilson. Greg Grismore is the pilot. From post 6, it's Ralph Aronson's Marie Polo, Brad Hanners. Rounding out the field from post 7, Ellen's Pocket, owned by Rose and Wiggins, Jeff Fout. Post time now in 7 minutes. Complete order of finish. Juanita Jean Tupp 3rd. Miss Mandy's Girl was 5th. Willie is a filly 4th. Tracy Chimes, the winner. Hopalong Cassie finished 2nd. Marie Polo 7th. Ellen's Pocket 6th. From the top, 3, 5, 4, 1, 2, 7, 6 on the bottom. Coming 7th race is in 12 minutes at 9:16. The 7th race offers exacta and trifecta wagering. There are no changes. 12 minutes until post. And the gate is rolling. Field for the 7th race, lined up and set to go. They're off. Noble Lynette from the inside leaves well. Park Lane Talent is driving up on the far outside along with Sue's Siren as they enter the far turn the first time. Gem Quality lays off the early pace, racing in 4th, another 2 more, and we come down to April Graham, followed by She's a Rough One, and Bunny Wabbit, the insider, gets away last as they paced ahead stretch for the first time. Park Lane Talent on the inside looks to give way to Sue Siren. Sue Siren and Rick Heitman take the lead in 27-3. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Sue Siren a length and a half, but here is Park Lane Talent back out on the retake. Gap of 2, Noble Lynette is 3rd. Separation of 3 lengths to Gem Quality, who races in 4th. Then it's 2 more, and we come to April Graham, followed by She's a Rough One. And gapped out trailing is Bunny Wabbit. 12 lengths separate front to back as they head into the clubhouse turn, being led now by Park Lane Talent. Park Lane Talent, co-favorite at 2-1, is on the engine at halftime in 57 seconds flat. Out of the turn and down the back stretch, it's Park Lane Talent from Sue Siren 2nd. Noble Lynette is first over, gaining ground on the outside third. Flowing well with the cover, that's April Graham now in fourth. Hemmed in fifth is Gem Quality, only about 3 lengths off the lead. And then we come to the outside. She's a Rough One is underway. Bunny Wabbit starts to pick it up from the back of the pack. They've tightened down considerably, and Noble Lynette takes over the lead from Park Lane Talent in 1:25.4. It cost her 28.4 in the third split. 3/16 of a mile left as they move to head stretch. Noble Lynette now bracing for the challenge of April Graham on the outside second. Length and a half farther back to She's a Rough One, and Park Lane Talent is still there at the rail as they straighten up and drive through the final 8th mile. Noble Lynette is all out to hold the lead. There's April Graham on the outside. 3 wide charging up. She's a Rough One. April Graham takes over. She's a Rough One closing. It's April Graham to win it. Then it was She's a Rough One second and Noble Lynette third in 1:55. For April Graham, she's a 4-year-old brown daughter of Sportsmaster out of Trixie Graham by Broadway Express. So by Richard and David Finfrock of New Carlisle, Ohio. Jack Dilley trains. Dallas Miller drives her to victory here in 1:55. A lifetime best by far for April Graham, the official winner of the 7th race. Prices are up. A 4.5 exact to $77 even. The try 4.52, $239.20. Here they are in the post parade for tonight's 8th race. Number 1 is Chairman's Tailor, owned by Ron Newton. Jeff FOUT drives. The 2 is Lady Tiger, owned by William Webb. David Lake in the sulky. From post 3, it's Midnight Jewel, owned by Linda Markle. Tony Succarotte. The 4 is James Shunk's She's a Cruisin', Joe Adamski. 5 is John Howard's Draws Off, Brad Hanners drives. 6 is Ivory's Idol, owned by Mike Etter, Elliott Deaton. And the 7 horse is Sweet Potato Chips. She's owned by Joanne Bowman and driven by Greg Grismore with post time in 6 minutes. Coming back into the winner's circle is number 3, Midnight Jewel, a 4-year-old brown mare by Keystone Raider out of Anorexia, by Dreammaker, owned by Linda Markle of Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Tony Succarotte trains and drives. It's her first win in 4 attempts on the season. 1:53.4, a lifetime best. 3-2 exact to 62.80. Try 3.25, 143 even. Rundown for race 8, Chairman's Taylor 5th, Lady Tiger 2nd, Midnight Jewel the winner. She's a cruisin' 6th, Draws Off was 3rd, Ivory's Idol was 7th, Sweet Potato Chip. They're on the track for race 9, exacta trifecta wagering. There they are. 1 is World's Best, owned by James Goodman with Jamie Dunlap. The 2 is Jenna's First Strike, owned by Brown, Washburn, Henkel, and Parcell. Jeff FOUT. Farther back to the 3, Wicked Wild, owned by Michael and Josephine Campbell. Greg Grismore drives. The 4 is Magic Sugar, owned by William Duraco with Joe Adamski. Number 5, Special Peggy Joe, owned by Wesley Wolfenbarger with David Myers. 6 is Kathleen Borchers, Shut Up and Drive, Brad Henners. 7 is Wednesday, owned by Keith and Donna Ross, Terry Morgan. From post 8, it's Hip Huggers, owned by York Arledge and Bucky, Del S. Miller. And rounding out the field from post 9 is Speedy Elizabeth, owned by Ira Christel with Ron Steck. Post time in 6 minutes. And the starting gate is rolling. The field is moving through the paddock turn. There they go. They're off. The inside trio are out quickly. World's Best, Jenna's First Strike, Wicked Wild. Getting away in 4th is Wednesday. Speedy Elizabeth looking for a tuck in 5th. She's about 4 off the early pace. Then it's 2 more, and we come to Magic Sugar to the inside of Hip Huggers. Another 2.5 lengths farther back. 2, Special Peggy Joe, Shut Up and Drive, is back trailing the field as they move to head stretch for the first time. And winning the early battle is Wicked Wild. Greg Grismore has that one on the lead in 27-1. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Wicked Wild on the engine here, leading at a length and a quarter. First over, gaining ground, World's Best on the outside. Second, Jenna's First Strike, a ground saving third. The gap is 2. Wednesday settles into the big gap in 4th. 2.5 more to Speedy Elizabeth. To the inside of Magic Sugar, who's underway now. Another 2 more to Hip Huggers, and then 10 lengths back to the trailing exacta, Special Peggy Joe, and Shut Up and Drive as heads turn for halftime. On the lead, it's Wicked Wild. Wicked Wild hits halftime in 56-2. 29-1 on the second split. Wicked Wild sets sail up the backstretch with a length and a quarter advantage on Jenna's First Strike, racing in second. World's Best first over on the move from 3rd. Wednesday shuffle back to 4th. Moving on the outside is Magic Sugar, now rapidly circling off cover in 5th, only 2.5 from the front. 3 more to Hip Huggers. Speedy Elizabeth has faltered, and the distant trailers are Special Peggy Joe and Shut Up and Drive, but it's still Wicked Wild on top to 3/4, 1:25-4. 3/16 of a mile left as they pace to head stretch. It's Wicked Wild on top a length. Magic Sugar to engage from the outside second, followed by Jenna's First Strike at the rail in 3rd. Wednesday and Hip Huggers is starting to rally on the far outside, turning into the stretch. And it's still Wicked Wild on top. Magic Sugar is trying to close. Here comes Hip Huggers on the far outside. Hip Huggers on the outside takes the lead. Deep stretch, Hip Huggers in front. Finishing second was Wicked Wild with Magic Sugar 3rd in 1:56. Pair wins tonight for Del S. Miller. This time he scores with Hip Huggers. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by Noble Land Sam. Out of Sassy Pants by Falcon Almahurst. 2 wins in 3 starts this season. A lifetime best 156. Is up by the partnership of York, Arledge, and Bucky, and the winning conditioner is Jim Arledge Jr. (8-3 exacta, 89.20. Try 8-3-4, 258.40. Here your featured pacers on parade. Number 1 is Pan's Peanut Butter, owned by Charles Autry. Elliott Deaton drives. The 2 is Joanne Bowman's Bang the Door. Greg Grismore is in the sulky. Number 3 is Herrera, owned by Joseph Mascara with Jamie Dunlap. The 4 is Sand Slickerish. She's owned by Sage Sanders. Del S. Miller drives. 5 Hour Sleeping Beauty is owned by the Darby's Edge stable with Brad Henners. Number 6, Grandma Gordy, is owned by Dean Davis. Jeff Fout, the reinsman. And the 7 is Fritzy Pickpocket, owned by Fritz and McHenry. Jim Daly. Post time for the feature in 6 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, we point out as always that after the conclusion of live racing tonight, full card simulcasting does continue on, including the full card from Bay Meadows. Field for tonight's feature, swing into the backstretch. They're lined up and ready for a start. They're off. Pan's Peanut Butter from the inside, Grandma Gordy from the outside. Those two quickly open up, and Grandma Gordy takes the lead. Pan's Peanut Butter back to second, gap of 2, Bang the Door is third, length and a half by the back to Huera, followed by Sand Slickerish, who's about 7 off the early pace. Then it's a length and a half more to Our Sleeping Beauty, and Fritzy Pickpocket gets away last, 12 off the pace setter, and that is Grandma Gordy as they move to head stretch. Grandma Gordy's on top by 2. Pan's Peanut Butter, Bang the Door. Next is Huera, Sand Slickerish, opening quarter, 28 2/5. Fairly mild. First fraction put up by Grandma Gordy and Jeff FOUT. They're on an open lead. It's 2.5 lengths. Being tracked in the pocket by Pan's Peanut Butter in second. Length and a half more. Bang the Door is third. Huera stays in fourth. 2 more to Patient Sand Slickerish in fifth position. Third last to Our Sleeping Beauty, and the trailer is Fritzy Pickpocket. Around the turn, over to halftime, and Grandma Gordy unchallenged thus far. Grandma Gordy leads it by 3. From Pan's Peanut Butter second, first over, Bang the Door on the outside third. Halftime is 58 seconds flat. Following cover, coming into contention, Huera is on the outside, 3 off the pace in fourth. 2.5 more lengths to Our Sleeping Beauty, who passes Sand Slickerish, and Sand Slickerish is second last. The trailer is Fritzy Pickpocket. 5/16 of a mile left as they point for the far turn, and it's still Grandma Gordy on an uncontested lead. Leads it by 2. Bang the Door. Huera's on the outside. 1:25 and she starts to turn it on now. It's Grandma Gordy. Third panel in 27 Leads it by a length and a quarter. Bang the Door is right there in the pocket second. Huera on the outside third. 2.5 more to Our Sleeping Beauty. Sand Slickerish still has 7 to make up as they drive through the final 8th mile. And Jeff FOUT starts to urge Grandma Gordy on. She leads it by a length. Bang the Door to the inside. Huera the outside. Sand Slickerish is out of it. It's Grandma Gordy in front to win it. Finishing second was Huera, tight for third. Bang the Door or Sand Slickerish, 1:53 and 2. Back to the winner's circle, a gate-to-wire win for the 5-year-old Towner's Big Guy mare out of Amazing SAHBRA by Barbary Spur. Owned by Dean Davis of Worcester. The winning trainer is Kurt Sugg. The winning driver is Jeff FOUT, 1:53 and 2, just missing her lifetime best. $6-3 exacta, $471.60. The try, 6-3-4, $959.60. Second. Sand Slickerish was third. Our Sleeping Beauty was sixth. Grandma Gordy the winner. Fritzy Pickpocket seventh. From the top 5, 4-2, 3-6-1, 7. Seventh race, 1 Jill's Flight, owned by Connie Messler. Jim Daly drives. The 2 is Pippi White Stocking, owned by Jack Shearer with Marty Wollam. Number 3 is Sand Happy Life, owned by Bill Sanders with Del S. Miller. 4 is Cedar Lawn Corey, is owned by Jonathan Edwards with Elliott Deaton. 5 is Noble Land Sarah, owned by Mark and Matt Rowe. Jeff FOUT, the driver. Number 6 is Beep Beep Zip Tang, owned by Nina Sams with Kane Kauffman. 7 is El Duque, owned by Thomas and Kirkwood. Patrick Brown drives. 8 is the Towering Oaks Farms, Ms. Oak, Brad Henners. And the 9 is Little Redneck, owned by Gary Masajewski with Rick Heitman. Post time at 7 minutes. And they're in the backstretch, lining up. There they go. And they're away and pacing. Off slowly was Little Redneck from between horses. Cedar Lawn Corey is out fast. Jill's Flight at the rail. and Beep Beep Zip Tang. They're 3 wide, vying for the early lead. A length and a half farther back to Pippi White Stocking, who comes away in 4th, just in front of San Happy Life, who's 5 off the early lead, racing in 5th. A 2.5 more to Noble Land Sarah, followed by El Duque, Ms. Oak, and Little Redneck is last as they sort themselves out and race to the opening quarter. It's Beep Beep Zip Tang on a short-lived lead, 27-4 for quarter 1. Passing the stands, Beep Beep Zip Tang hands off to Cedar Lawn Corey. Cedar Lawn Corey and Elliott Deaton are on top. The favorites got the lead by 2. Beep Beep Zip Tang along the inside second. Jill's Flight is snug third as the field tightens down. Pippi White Stocking races 4th. Sand Happy Life is racing at the rail in 5th, and El Duque gets the cover flow rolling. Little Redneck will follow that one. Noble Land Sarah shuffle back, and Ms. Oak is last, 8 lengths off the lead. Cedar Lawn Corey to a half in 58-3, backing it down to 30-4 in the second split as they round the turn into the backstretch. Cedar Lawn Corey is on top by 2, being pursued by Beep Beep Zip Tang in the pocket second. El Duque has made headway into 3rd. Next is Jill's Flight at the inside in 4th. Gapping cover, Little Redneck is 4 off the pace on the outside, 5th. Next is Pippi White Stocking at the rail in 6th. Ms. Oak is up alongside. 3rd last to Sand Happy Life. And Noble Land Sarah trails in 1:28 flat. Moving around the far turn, Cedar Lawn Corey is on top. El Duque still pressing from the outside second. Little Redneck trying to come off cover on the outside third, followed by Beep Beep Zip Tang and Jill's Flight as they make their way into the stretch. Cedar Lawn Corey braces for the challenge of El Duque on the outside second. Splitting horses late is Jill's Flight. Far outside Little Redneck. Cedar Lawn Corey's all out. El Duque closing, but Cedar Lawn Corey prevails. Finishing second, El Duque, with Little Redneck third in 1:57. Back in the winner's circle is Cedar Lawn Corey's second victory on the season for the 4-year-old daughter of Mark Jonathan out of Cedar Lawn Tony by Zoomer, owned by Jonathan Edwards of Westchester, Ohio. Mark Deaton trains, Elliott Deaton drives, 1:57, a lifetime best. It's up and official. For race 12, there they are. One is Imagine Anywhere, owned by the Darby's Edge stable, Morgan and Ace and Payson stables. Brad Hanners drives. The 2 is Carlin Joe, owned by Edwin Harwood with Greg Grismore. Number 3, Payways, owned by Robert Stant with Jeff Fout. 4 is Ron Barker's Favorite Madam, Justin Hall in the bike. Number 5 is Bill Sanders' Sand Beach Babe and Dallas Miller. 6 is Alice Aldous, owned by Jim Heath with Jim Daly. 7 is Margarita Daiquiri, owned by Ora Murphy Sr., Elliott Deaton. The 8 is Forever Dawn Avenue, owned by Willard Morgan and the Claude Gendreau stable. Terry Morgan drives, and the 9 is Courtsville Cutie, owned by Robert and Gail Impson, Kayne Kauffman. Post time at 6 minutes. To authorized field is lined up and set to go. They're off. Margarita Daiquiri from the far outside comes away alertly. Imagine Anywhere at the inside. Driving up on the far outside is Forever Dawn Avenue. Payway gets away in 4th, 3 off the lead. A length and a half more to Sand Beach Babe, followed by Alice Aldous. And then it's Carlin Joe, Favorite Madam, and Courtsville Cutie brings up the rear early as they race to the top of the stretch for the first time. And leading the way, it's Margarita Daiquiri, putting Forever Dawn Avenue in the pocket as they hit the quarter. 25-2. Might want a ruling on that one. Passing in front of the stands for the first time. Margarita Daiquiri hands off to Imagine Anywhere. And Hanners and Imagine Anywhere take over the lead under the wire with 5/8 to go. Margarita Daiquiri, Forever Dawn Avenue. Gapped out is Payway. First over gaining Sand Beach Babe. Alice Aldous follows cover. Followed next by Carlin Joe. Then 3 lengths further back to Favorite Madam and Courtsville Cutie. Remains last of the 9 as they pass halftime, being led up top by Imagine Anywhere, 55-4. Out of the turn and down the backstretch. It's Imagine Anywhere by a length. Sand Beach Babe gradually gaining ground on the outside in second, followed by Margarita Daiquiri, now a ground-saving third. Flowing well with the cover is Alice Aldous on the outside in fourth. Hemmed in fifth is Forever Dawn Avenue. Up on the outside, now racing in sixth position as they point for three quarters. That's Carlin Joe. Then we come down to Payway, Favorite Madam, and Courtsville Cutie, tightening down in 124 and 4. On their way to the head of the stretch. And wearing down Imagine Anywhere on the outside is Sand Beach Babe. Sand Beach Babe kicks away by 2 lengths. Imagine Anywhere, Alice Aldous, Carlin Joe as they make their way into the stretch. And this is Del S and Sand Beach Babe in front by 4. Alice Aldous is closing in second, followed by Margarita Daiquiri, late pace Carlin Joe pay way, but it's Sand Beach Babe on top, a winner by 3. Finishing second, Alice Aldous, Margarita Daiquiri third. By 6 exact is $78 even. The try 5, 6, 7, 8, 65 even. Back to the winner's circle, Sand Beach Babe. 2 wins for Jim Arledge Jr. and 3 for Del S. Miller. Sand Beach Babe scores her second win on the season. She's a 3-year-old beach towel filly out of Golden Silence by Albatross, owned by Bill Sanders of Stevenson, Alabama. There they are for race 13. One is Kentucky Ritz, owned by Charlie Smith Jr., and he drives. The 2 is J.A. Cash, owned by Ted Hases, with Elliott Deaton. 3 is Frenchie Fuller's Go By Air, Brad Henners in the sulky. 4 is Tucson Winds, owned by Dennis Pohl, with Ryan Allen. Number 5 is Ken Brooks' Cherub's Example, Greg Grismore in the sulky. 6 is Dana Taylor's Arcalico, Jeff FOUT. 7 is Cincy Marge. She's owned by Tom Price with Jim Dilley. 8 is Josie Sharp, owned by Terrell and Clark, Darren Mauser. 9 is Stephen Watkins, Tickle Me Wick, and Terry Morgan. Off the second tier, William Monier's Rivulet Hanover and Kane Kauffman. 6 minutes to the finale. And there they go. Final race field sent on their way, and from the outside driving out for that early lead is our Calico. Cherub's Example from between horses. Kentucky Ritz nearest the rail. Getting away in fourth is J.A. Cash. Rivulet Hanover races in fifth, 4 off the early lead. Then it's 2.5 more to Go By Air, followed by Tucson Winds. Tickle Me Wick looks to tuck in, followed next by Cincy Marge, and Josie Sharp is at the back of the pack. Racing on their way to the opening quarter. On the inside, it's our Calico. J.A. Cash pressuring early. Opening quarter, 28 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time, and Elliott Deaton drives on with the favorite J.A. Cash. J.A. Cash takes command, approaching the 3/8. In second place is our Calico, a length and a half farther back to Cherub's Example in third. 2 more Kentucky Ritz stays in fourth. Rivulet Hanover comes to the outside in fifth and looks to give cover to Go By Air. Tucson Winds is next as they race around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. Up top, J.A. Cash is leading the way. J.A. Cash 59-1 for halftime. Rounding the turn into the backstretch, it's J.A. Cash on top, a length and a quarter. Tracked in the pocket by our Calico. Rivulet Hanover is gaining ground first over on the outside from third. On the outside, Go By Air second over, following cover in fourth. Along the rail, Cherub's Example is fifth. Third over into contention is Tucson Winds in sixth. Kentucky Ritz is seventh. Outside gapping cover is Tickle Me Wick, Josie Sharp, and Cincy Marge. 3/4 on the board in 128 4. Moving around to the head of the stretch, and it's J.A. Cash on top. Rivulet Hanover stalled between horses. Circling off cover, here comes Go By Air on the far outside, followed by our Calico at the rail, and Tucson Winds starts to crank it up on the extreme outside as they make their way into the stretch. Go by Aaron Hanners, powering in the lead. Closing along the inside, Our Calico, followed by Rivulet Hanover, and Tucson wins. But the finale goes to Go by Air. Our Calico to go second. It's going to be tight for third. Give it to the 2. J.A. Cash over the 4. Tucson wins. A 5-year-old bay mare by Nobleland Sam out of Tup's Flight by Falcon Almahurst. Now by Frenchie Fuller of Ostrander, Ohio. Jim Pollock Jr. trains Brad Hanners, the winning driver, in 1:58.1.